Hey guys, your buddy Platt here with a quick little video. We're going to try today the wine we made from frozen juice concentrate. This was a little experiment I did a few weeks back. At the time, things were still kind of closed down out there. Only thing that was really open was some of the mega stores, your Walmart, Costco's, etc. And I know people are still looking for a drink out there, so I thought I'd make something pretty easy. We just took 1 can of frozen grape juice concentrate and 1 can of frozen apple juice concentrate. We ended up making a half-gallon batch. I didn't add any sugar or anything else like that. One change I did kind of make compared to some other homemade wines I've used is instead of bread yeast, though, I did upgrade to champagne yeast. That's something you can find online, and hopefully some of your brew shops are opening up around. I know the one here in Vegas is finally back open. Thank goodness. But you can use bread yeast if you need to. That being said, I think the use of the champagne yeast is going to turn out good for us. And one of the reasons why I think that is the ABV. We got 10.5% alcohol by volume out of this, and I didn't have to add any additional sugar. That's something I've talked about in previous videos. The champagne yeast is just designed for this stuff. It's just going to be more efficient. To give an example, my most popular video is how to make homemade alcohol, simplest way to make booze at home. In that one we used bread yeast, grape juice, but I added sugar. And with that we only got between like 8 and almost 10% alcohol by volume, even with the additional sugar, just because bread yeast is not that efficient. Here we didn't have to add sugar, and we used the champagne yeast, and we still got over 10%. So we did a good job as far as the ABV. Now let's check out what the taste is. One thing I also did with this homemade wine was after fermentation was complete, on the video I said ferment for 2 weeks. I left it a little bit longer, just I've been busy and doing some other stuff, so it was a few days past 2 weeks. I went ahead and put it in the fridge, and that stops yeast activity. All the yeast settled, and as you can see, it came out fairly clear. There's not a lot of yeast taste in it, so smells like, actually smells almost like wine a little bit. Let's give her a try. That's not too bad. Definitely ferment a lot cleaner than using the bread yeast. Again, I understand a lot of you out there may not have access to champagne yeast, a homebrew shop, or whatever. You can use bread yeast. You're going to sacrifice on taste, but some people at this point right now might not care about that. Actually, a little bit taste-wise, kind of reminds me a little bit, if you've ever had Manischewitz, the kosher wine. It's made with Concord grapes, which are different than your traditional Cabernet, Merlot, Pinot Grigio grape. You know, it's a non-traditional wild grape. It's actually part of a different family of wine grapes different family of grapes from the traditional wine grapes. You can see some of my old wine series video. I kind of go into greater depth on that topic. But anyway, Manischewitz is made with Concord grapes, which are traditional American grapes. It just has a different taste to it, and that makes sense because the grapes, most likely the grapes that were used in the grape juice concentrate were probably Concord too. So if you've ever had Manischewitz, this is something similar to that. Now remember, we also threw in apple juice, so it's kind of a hybrid. It's kind of like it's kind of a combination between a real clean apple cider and Manischewitz. Neither flavor is predominant. You actually don't get a lot of the apple flavor to it, but it has tamed down the grape, or the grape's a little more subtle. Overall, though, that's a pretty acceptable glass of wine. I'm not sure if I put it in a decent bottle and just handed it out that anybody would notice, or if we used it for like a wine spritzer or a sangria, I'm not too sure people would really notice the difference, or they'd be like, oh, that's a little unusual, you know, but drinkable. So overall, pretty good wine. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe down below. Also, please like the video because it lets YouTube know we're putting out good content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section, or you can always contact me on the Twitter page. Well, until next time, bottoms up.